back to market on close. Dollar's down today. Stocks have been up since overnight, but haven't been able to get too far. Scott Bauer joins us, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Let's just run through the action here today, Scott. Equities firm, but having some trouble holding on, and BTC just took a dive, so that's kind of got me on yellow alert, at least for this close.
It did just kind of fall out over the last 20 minutes or so, and it's traded so closely with the NASDAQ for so long. I'm wondering if we're going to see the NASDAQ follow, which might be the leader there. So little concerned about that, actually, after day's market activity like this.
It seems like we keep trying. Bulls are putting up a fight here. We make new lows, and then we get a strong finish on Friday, but just nothing to reverse the trend. So do you trade with it, or do you try and take stabs at dips, or is that just too dangerous?
Are you talking about Bitcoin in general? Or
stocks, BTC, whichever you're trading more.
Yeah, I think, we definitely have gone from the buy the dip to the sell the rip market. And right now I'm selling the rip. I'm, getting some short positions in on stocks that rallied back, Friday. And then today, stocks that I think are not up to the levels or they're at levels, maybe they shouldn't be. So I'm buying some downside puts here. Volatility is down a little bit. So, no, I think in this environment here, Oliver, you got to take advantage of any time you can sell something or at least buy some protection to the downside.
It's a really good point. With the way VIX has been so sticky at 30 and above, we've kind of in this weird market where VIX drops down to 28 in the morning, almost kind of looks like a deal.
Right. Which, historically you want to sell volatility at that levels, but not, over the last, 2 months or so. You're right. I mean, it's definitely at the lower end of its range, and that range seems to be consolidating even more, which maybe that's a precursor to one way or the other. Either we're going to see VIX 20 again or VIX 40. My guess it would be 40 before 20, but the consolidation that we're seeing that is almost setting itself up for that.
Okay, so stocks unable really to break out, but the 10-year yield also hasn't been able to get back above 3%. Dollar kind of cooling off. Those two things you'd think might put a bid into stocks, but if it doesn't materialize, where do we go? Is it time to give gold another shot? That's looking decent here since last week.
I was actually just going to say that I think with gold, it's got every reason that it should be just breaking out. And I know it has been to the upside here. I'm not sure why it can't get through this 1845, 1850 area, especially with what we've seen the dollar doing over the last few sessions here. So I'm a little bit cautious there. I mean, you would think that would be the natural alternative, but to me, gold has had every reason, Oliver, to break through here, get back up to 1880, maybe 1900, just not happening.
So 1850 slowing down a little bit. We've got a bunch of data this week. We're going to get inflation print that the Fed watches on Friday. How are you using that stream of economic data into your strategy overall, Scott?
I don't know if this is the right thing or not, but to me, Oliver, and to many people I'm talking about, inflation it has already hit the consumer. Whether it shows up in the metrics or not, it has already hit the consumer. So I think this number that we get on Friday, it may be very misleading. If it's not showing the inflationary pressure quite yet, it's not showing the hit on the consumer quite yet, I think that's a big mistake. I think it'll be an opportunity to sell any rally we may get off of that, because the bottom line is it is impacting the consumer.
So you think it's kind of a little bit too little too late unless we get some big reversal in the data?
Absolutely. And it can't just be one data point. It's got to be a series of data points from all corners, and not just one report. We've got to see continuation. I don't think we're going to see that.
Okay. All right. Nice. Good convo here, Scott. Thanks for the check-in, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mr. Bauer is the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy.